10:13 in the morning.
10:13 in the morning.
Mm.
All right, cool. It's water, man.
Doesn't matter.
Right, so we're gonna do mental health today.
It's a deep topic.
Yeah, man. Mental health. Obviously, we're both not professionals in it.
Yeah,
but we're definitely. I'm sure you've had your moments of mental health concerns. So do I. Everybody has that. So, I mean, I find that a lot of my mental health comes from the pressure I put on myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I feel that there's something to do and I'm not actually getting to it, like I procrastinate sometimes quite a bit. There's something to do and I'm not getting to it. I feel like the work piles up. Sometimes it's not even that much work, but because I'm procrastinating and it's in the back of my mind for so long, I start thinking, like, this is getting to me mentally. And the more I leave it, the more it builds up.
Yeah.
And I find myself getting to the point where it's like, surrender. It's like, it's too much. I can't do it, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But it's just me procrastinating.
Yeah, it's just you
Once I get
procrastinating.
into it, I give myself a week and I knock it out. It's done.
Yeah.
I think a lot of my stresses come from there. But in terms of deep, like mental stress, the last time I think I went through that was probably during the coronavirus. And at work, we were doing what we call NPIs, basically product launches. So if we're launching a product, we have to, as a team, work on a website, build the product website, pages and stuff. And we were working from home. That was when everybody started working from home. You would think that working from home was a good thing, and it'll probably be better for workers. But me, to be honest, I'm kind of an office guy. I like people around me. So at home with just my wife and my one daughter at the time, and I'd be in the office and just working just by myself. Like and like product launches are very intense. It takes a lot of work. Like we can work maybe sometimes 10 hours, 12 hours a day. And I remember one day me and my workmates were on a Zoom meeting. And I swear to you, like my desk is in front of a window, so I'm facing the window and I can see outside. Steph, I was just looking outside and looking at my computer screen, and I promise you, I felt my mental health deteriorating.
Is it?
Like literally. Like I just felt it just deteriorating. I just felt some anxiety building up. And I said to my workmates, you know what, I have to come off the call. Because I literally felt my mental health just fall.
No way.
I swear to you. So I came off the call and I told my wife about it, and I just went out the door. Just went for a long walk. I think I did about a 2-hour walk. A long walk before I came back home and kind of calmed it down a little bit, and I realized that, So I think that was the last time that I actually felt some anxiety. Like if I didn't catch myself, I don't know what would have happened. But prior to that, before then, I've had a few moments of like, now looking back, depression and stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, man. Yeah. What about you?
I haven't had much
Looking back
feelings.
now, you don't think you've had much at things?
Looking back now, I don't feel like I've had much. I've had moments of when I've been down, but like moments of like depression and anxiety, I haven't really had that much. But recently, I've felt that. Recently, I felt like I don't want to do nothing. Like when I had like that medical issue with my head, it's like I was really down for like 2 weeks. Like I didn't want to do nothing, didn't want to see no one. Yeah. But that was more of just like a paranoia of my head and like what people would think, and like I was just like thinking like, what's wrong with me? Like, what's going on? Like, why are these things happening to me? Like, and like these doctors aren't giving me an explanation as to what's going on, and that just put me in a further downward spiral. And it's like the type of person that I am is like, as soon as there's something wrong with me, you're able to tell. Everyone knows, and it's like when I was coming across people, they would all know. Like even at work, everyone was like, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong? You don't seem yourself. You don't seem you." They knew it straight away, and I have to fake it. Well, no, I'm fine. And I think that's the biggest problem as well with mental health is that everyone just, no one really talks about it. Everyone just says that they're fine.
They're fine
without saying, yeah, it's like a conditioned response. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. How are you? No one actually says, no, I'm not fine.
I'm not fine.
No, I'm not fine.
Yeah, we just spew out. Yeah, that's true. What do you think is your what causes most of your mental issues and kind of stresses?
Myself.
Pressure on yourself?
Yeah. I feel like I beat myself up a lot, and I talk to myself in my head about what I should be doing, and I'm not doing it. And it's procrastination. It's like I know what I need to do, but I just still don't do it. It's like something in me still doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if we're contracted to a job to get up in the morning and go, we're going every day, Monday to Friday. So why are we not doing that for ourselves, for our personal lives, and going to the gym and getting up and going for our mental? So I feel like a lot of my things that's holding me back mentally is myself, not everyone else, because I don't care what other people think, but I put pressure on myself to do something.
You're your biggest enemy.
I'm my biggest enemy, literally, and I need to be my biggest friend. I need to help me rather than do what I'm doing.
Yeah. I think it's good that nowadays more and more people are talking about mental health and it's making it more popular. Because before these days, like I hadn't even sat down and thought about
mental health.
Yeah,
in your time, when you was growing up, they didn't care about mental health.
Oh, hell no. No. Especially in Ghana, I was like, what the hell are you talking about? Because I have a cousin in Ghana now. She's like your age. And when she says she's going through like mental health issues, like the aunties in Ghana are like, oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you like...
They'll say which.
Them kind of things there. But so that was the attitude back in those days. That's what I'm saying. Like now looking back, even when I was in boarding school, when first year, when it was all mad, I think I was depressed at that time. But then I didn't know. Now looking back, I think I was depressed at that time. That's why I started listening to a lot of DMX. You know what I mean? That was the one person or the one artist that like I could see you could see his mental health issues coming through his songs. So I related to that. But I didn't know that was like anything like mental health or anything of that. So I just thought I just don't like where I am. But I think there was a little bit of depression in it. Yeah, man.
So like, why do you think like back then, like in Ghana, like they just swept it under the rug and mental health was just not looked at, and then people just brushed it aside whenever you said so? Because there's a lot of Africans, even like parents as well, going through trauma.
A bunch of them are traumatized, yeah.
But like no one wants to talk about it. Like, why is it like Africans, we don't like to talk about things?
Yeah, it's stigmas, isn't it? It's stigmas. Like, yeah, it's stigmas. I mean, I remember being like young and seeing people lose their mind, like mental health kind of kicking in, and then everybody else looking at them like, there was this mental clinic in Ghana that people used to make jokes about. Young Fane got mental clinic. We should take him to the mental clinic kind of thing, just because the person's kind of like having some. So it was very frowned upon, it was looked down upon, and in some people's minds it didn't even exist. Do you know? And then things that we now see as trauma being passed down, they didn't even see it then at all. But I think now, like, people are grasping it more in Ghana, because my cousin in Ghana, when I'm talking to her and she's telling me about her mental health issues, I'm impressed that she actually knows and acknowledges like mental health, because it means that now things are changing. Probably social media, but yeah.
And like I feel like back then, when someone is going through mental health and they're showing signs of like craziness or like signs of what they're going through, behaving in a certain way, like I feel like Ghanaians would see them and feel like, oh, that person's too far gone, we can't help them. There's no help for this person. We can't help that person get into a better situation. When you can.
Yeah.
You can be mental and come back to a sane state.
Yeah.
Just make sure that person doesn't relapse again. But that you can help them, and I feel like Ghanaians feel like that person's gone next.
They don't acknowledge it. I mean, if you thinking back now, there's a lot of things and people that I probably came across that had that issue that were dismissed by the family because he's just going nuts. You should just take him to the mental hospital. They'll take you to a pastor to pray for you. To pray for you.
Take you to a pastor?
Yeah, take you to a pastor to pray for you and stuff. Take you to church. And once that doesn't work, you're just...
then you're the devil,
you're
the witch.
Yeah, the family's put something on you. Yeah. So it's good. It's really good that nowadays you can actually mention that you're going through something and, yeah.
This is like the one positive between my generation and yours.
What's that?
That we take mental health serious.
Yeah, your generation takes it very, very
we take
serious.
It so serious.
Yeah.
So
to the point where people don't even want to work.
People don't even want to work. To the point where like there's just like now that everyone's a bit more like almost sensitive now.
Yeah.
And like you can't say certain things now because of people's mental health. How are you gonna make that person feel? You don't know what people are going through and stuff like that. Like, it's really, really serious now. Mental health. Even with young kids now. They're starting it from young, like preparing them for their mental well-being and helping them for their and their psychology and stuff like that. So like it's really good now that my generation are doing that and looking after that, because like I don't know the rates, like you said, I don't know the numbers and stuff, but the mental health, especially amongst men as well.
Yeah. Amongst men is crazy.
It's mental.
The suicide rates amongst men is crazy.
Yeah, and I put that down to us because even like. Saying this as well, recently over like I'd say like the past 2 years, like me and my friends, males, have tried to talk to each other more about problems. Like when I first in secondary school, college, this was like my first 1 or 2 years of uni, but I did not talk. I did not talk. My friends didn't know a lot about me personally, but when I left them, they didn't really know me. I didn't talk. And then I think even Adwa, I was speaking to Adwa about it. And then she's like, no, Steph, you need to talk more. Like, you need to talk to people. Tell them, open up to people more. And I was like, all right, cool. So ever since then, I've made a conscious effort just to talk to people, talk more, talk about my feelings, talk about what I've gone through, just be open a bit more. And it's so much better just to let it out.
Yeah.
And just to talk to people and just to hear different people's perspectives and to hear what other people have to say about you and just to bounce off people about your life. And then the more you talk about you, the more you start to learn about yourself as well.
Yeah.
I felt that as well. Like I didn't really understand it when people told me that the more you talk, the more you know yourself. But it's true because you start to realize the patterns and you start to realize why you're going through stuff and you're talking about it. And then, so I've just made a conscious effort now to just try and talk more, better because it's better for my mental as well. Can't just keep everything bottled up. So I like my generation that we are able to talk more without being, what's the word?
Unmanly about it.
Unmanly about it.
Well, in air quotes. I don't think me and my boys are there yet. I mean, my generation, certain people are. We're getting it slowly. Like now, if one of my friends says to me, like, "God, I'm like, I need a mental break off certain things." I get it. Do you know what I mean? We won't necessarily go into what is causing the problems, but we still say it. We can still tell each other that we need a mental break, or we're going through a little something mentally. But we don't really go into like details as in tell you what's. I have one or two friends that I can do that with, but not the whole friendship group. I wouldn't say the whole friendship group. We could comfortably do that. But it's getting better.
100%.
It's getting better.
100%.
I mean, certain people have made mental health, like pushed mental health forward. That is kind of like, it's good. It's good.
Like I've had like interventions with my friends that are going through stuff. Just sit down and just talk for like an hour about the problems and how to deal with the problems and what we can do to help, stuff like that. And I thought that's amazing. And at that time, that's exactly what my friend needed. And after that, he got better. And one thing I wanted to ask you as well is like, what do you feel about like therapy?
Bro, I've always wanted to do therapy, and
Same.
again, it's one of the things that I just procrastinate on. Like
I want to do therapy.
I feel like I need a black therapist. I need a black
Yeah.
woman therapist. I'm
Yes.
just trying to find one, but I have procrastinating. But yeah, I'm definitely on the therapy thing. Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like therapy should be something everyone should look into,
Mm.
even if you don't even feel like you're depressed or anxiety. Just to understand you,
Mm.
and just to understand what triggers you and what
Mm.
motivates you and what doesn't and what you like and what you don't like. You know.
Yeah, it might release a lot of like stress off your shoulders.
Exactly.
I think. Nah, therapy is definitely something like I think is one of the boxes in my life that if I tick today, like it will make me kind of progress a little bit further.
In life.
Yeah, I feel
Mm.
like that's one of the things because even especially when you get married, you definitely need therapy,
Or like couples therapy or just still
couples therapy and individual therapy because you need to learn yourself. Because when you get married, you realize that not only do you need to learn your partner, you need to learn yourself because when you get married or when you actually love someone, you have to take them for who they are, whatever it that is. And that's a hard thing to do. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes you need to learn yourself. You need to learn your triggers, like you said, and you need to learn where you are in life, and they need to do the same thing. So then you can both be mentally kind of in a place where you can support each other properly and not like take the other person's mistakes or little downfalls personally.
personally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stuff like that. So it's important.
I agree.
Like one thing that hit me the other day is, and if you're going through anything like and you feel like you don't want to be around anymore, please, if this is gonna trigger you, like pause it or stop listening for a few seconds. But it's nothing serious, but just want to throw that out there. Some people might not want to hear it. But one thing that hit me at one point one day was when people used to commit suicide, I used to think, why would you do that? Why the hell would you do that? But at this point in my life, I don't think I'll ever do that, but I understand.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Why?
A part of me has gotten an understanding. Because sometimes you get to a point where if you're not strong enough, you just think, what's the point of me? You know what I mean? Why am I here? What's the point? Like, what's the point of me? I mean, I'm not speaking for everybody who's felt that, but I understood it because I see how someone's mental and someone feeling worthless, regardless of how successful you or how happy you think they are. If someone feels worthless, it's a very difficult thing for them to deal with, furthermore, you to deal with. So you'll never understand it when they do those things. But now I can say that I can empathize with those people and understand and feel why they felt like they needed to do that.
But taking your life is very extreme.
It's extreme if you are not in that mindset. But once you get into that mindset, it's, for some people, not taking your life is extreme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
like
you're not on
staying alive is
yeah,
worse.
you're not on the same wavelength as them. But when you feel truly worthless, like,
That's deep. I hope I
Yeah.
never ever have them feelings, but
yeah. I mean, everybody that has that is going through something. We should be kind to each other, though. Seriously, like you don't know what somebody else is going through.
But then suicide is like, it's like my guy as Dave said in the songs. Like if you're committing suicide, you're not stopping the pain. You're really just moving it. So if you commit suicide because you're in pain, you're not stopping the pain. You're just moving it out to your family because you're gone now.
Yeah, but I get that. But the thing is, that's why you have to not even put yourself in someone's shoes, but you can't do that. You have to empathize with the person that feels so worthless that their family's feelings about them leaving doesn't matter anymore. Like, you have to put yourself in that person's shoe and see what is making this person feel that way. And that's the answer that you will never know unless you're there. So it's easy for Dave to say. And I get the message he's putting across. Obviously, we have to encourage everybody to live and, keep going. But you have to encourage everybody to live. I mean, if this is a trigger for you, please. I've had a conversation with someone and this person, I'm not going to go into details about this person's predicament and all of that, but believe you me, he is not as free as we are. One, he's not able-bodied. So he's not as free as we are. And he's mentioned to me on more than one occasion that he doesn't think he should be living. What do I say to him? How do you encourage somebody like that to keep living? Do you know what I mean? So I've been able to understand why people would want to do that. But again, we have to encourage everyone. I mean, if you're going through that, please get some help. Speak to people around you.
Please
Speak to
anyone.
There's so many telephone numbers out there. Suicide prevention people that can help out. So yeah. But mental health, like, I appreciate certain people. I heard a song by Stormzy the other day, and I was like, yo, this is amazing. It's called "I've Got My Smile," featuring Indiari.
It's the new one.
His new album, featuring Indiari, and the second verse, bro. The second verse, I will rank it as one of the best hip hop verses I have heard in the last 10, 15 years. Let me see if I can find it.
Stormzy.
I can read some of the lyrics. It's absolutely.
He's talking about mental health?
He's talking about mental health. Second verse, I think I got my smile back. The last time I linked depression was a while back. Me and loneliness kick it from time to time. She knows the deal, that I ain't hers and she ain't mine. Me and joy got tighter, that was overdue. Paranoia doesn't shout me, but I know the truth. That N-word doesn't fool me since I quit the weed. Shout out to my N-word purpose, that's my realest G. I've told love we should build a home. I told self-doubt you better watch your tone. Stop shouting down my line like you gonna do shit. You was my old friend, now we on some new shit. Me and suicidal thoughts, we haven't spoke for years. You know all my deepest secrets, you know all my fears. God damn. Pray that I don't ever see your face again. Like me and peace of mind became the best of friends. Finally, my eyes can see. Bro, that verse, when you get the chance, listen to that song. The second verse, bro, I was like, hats off. Stormzy, man. Legendary status. Bro. So, certain people have pushed it to a level.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
And that's mad now because, like, were people talking about mental health in music back then?
DMX. I can take the next 2 minutes and go through the life of DMX's music, like a little bit of DMX's music that will let you know that guy was going through something. And if you listen to DMX's music, the way he ended up will not be a surprise to you. DMX obviously everybody knows he had a tough life. But if you listen to these songs that I'm going to mention, if you have the chance, listen to it. Slippin', number one. Slippin', he was talking about the struggles, all the things that he's been through, like his parents and everything. And I Miss You, which is a song about a tribute to his grandma. But the things he talks about in there, you realize that the only person that actually took him for something was his grandma. So when his grandma died, like, that was his world. Like, I don't know, why should I even be here? The one person who took me serious is not here. And then the last one is, I would say, either Damien, which is a song about him talking to the devil. And he kind of plays the two parts, the conversation between him and the devil. He plays the two parts. And then there was another one where he speaks to God. I can't remember the title of that one. I'm Ready to Meet Him, where he's talking to God about why things are not going right. And God is saying to him, but I gave you every opportunity, but you're still messing about in this area. That if you listen to these 4 songs by DMX, you will understand DMX's mind. Not just these 4, like all throughout his career, he has spoken, like, he's bared his soul about his mental health. That's why he's my favorite rapper of all time. And nobody's going to beat that, because you could hear this man's pain in his music. Even when he's acting gangster and all of that, when you listen to the songs on the other songs on the album, you can see, like, when he's angry, he's angry. When he's sad, he's sad. He will cry on stage. So, yeah, DMX was talking about mental health before.
Okay.
All of that.
All right, cool. But then again, saying that, DMX was probably talking it, but was then people actually take it in or just see it as music?
Oh, a lot of people who have paid attention and listened to DMX felt DMX. People would cry at his concerts. Like, grown men will cry at his concerts. Like, if you listen to some of the interviews of other artists talking about DMX, and DMX's performances. Like it'll be all hardcore, and then in the end of it, he'll pray, which he always does on all albums. He's got prayers on all his albums. He'll pray, and then you see like grown men actually there crying. Yeah, I mean, even when you listen to DMX's interviews after he was on drugs, and you can tell this guy's blatantly on drugs. If you listen to his interviews, there'll be like a 5-minute section where they'll ask him something about God. And this man, you can see he's about to cry. Like the way he talks about God and his relationship with God, you can tell that this man he's had some mental like issues for a long time. His demons are deep. So he is one person that I could definitely, I don't know if he thought that he was, making songs about mental health, or if people thought he was making songs about mental health then, but definitely he was. And looking back on it now, he definitely was. Definitely was.
That is crazy, this mental health thing. So like, how do we prevent mental health? How do we prevent us to get in that stage?
You can't. I don't think you can. I don't think it's a possibility to get to prevent it. I just think it's about acknowledging it. When you acknowledge it, you can do something about it. If you acknowledge mental health and you call it out for what it is, maybe you can do something about it.
So you don't think there's no causes for it? Like,
there's causes, but the causes for most mental health it's just life struggles, or things that you have to go through in life.
And I find it so mad because anyone can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Rich, poor,
anyone.
It doesn't. It's not biased. It will come for you.
Yeah.
And the maddest ones are the rich people that I find. Like they got everything and they're still mental health issues.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think maybe the best way I can say you can probably make a better mental state for yourself is just, for me, I just find my purpose. I just find what makes me happy. Like, what do I do that makes me happy? Having a lot of creative work and creative things to do gets your mind off a lot of your stresses. Like, so I get creative. I take long walks. You have to spend time alone by yourself sometimes in like serene environments. Like one day, just take a holiday by yourself. Go to the beach. Take a beach holiday by yourself and just sit on the beach some days and just look out. Don't even take your phone with you. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to unplug. That's what we need to learn how to do. Unplug from the world and just sit with you. I think that might help. People call it meditation. You can call it whatever you want, but those things help.
Those things. Taking time for yourself definitely is something I'm gonna. Going out without a phone is something I'm gonna do as well.
You have to. I think sometimes you have to go like a whole week without social media and have your phone, but just phone calls. No text messages, just phone calls. Just say to everybody, if you need to reach me, call me. And just go like a week or two with that.
Yeah, it's good for the mind, good for the soul as well.
Yeah, and like just detox, man. We take a lot of things on. We take too much on nowadays.
And we witness a lot. We see a lot.
Yeah, both good and bad.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying the other day about when we were doing the technology podcast, that the US government damn near announced that aliens exist and nobody cares. That's how bad people how bad what people are going through is, like whether it's financial or whatever it is.
They ain't got time to think about aliens.
To think about aliens. They just like, where am I at? Where's my mental state at? Where's my financial state at? That's
so true. That's the world we live in right now,
Yeah.
No one cares about aliens because everyone's worried about their own mental state and their own mental well-being.
Yeah,
ain't got time to think about
what's going on right now. So, as much as the conversations are going on about mental health, the world is also getting tougher and tougher. And when you see people like on Instagram doing, the most, balling out. Again, everybody, each to their own. Do that if you want to. But the reason I personally don't do those kind of things, like put all my good the good bits of my life on Instagram, is because I don't know who's watching. People put it there to get approval and to please other people. I do the opposite. I don't put it there because I don't want somebody to see it and think, oh, look at him and my life is crap. Do you know what I mean? That's why I don't post, Because if I said I was posting all the good parts of my life, bro, I'll have quite a good amount of things to post. But I don't do that because I don't know who's watching. You know, and even if I do it, I balance it out. You know what I mean? Put some thoughtful things, as in, you know, sometimes you know you're going through something. Just, you don't have to post your bad, like your everything on your mind, but just post something that kind of gives people calm that, yeah, it's not just you. We all go through it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Balance it out. But to post like all my good bits and all the good stuff happening in my life to give the impression that everything's all good and somebody sitting there watching this thinking PY's life is perfect, look at mine. Nah, that's why I don't post.
I went college with this girl, yeah. I went college with this girl. Oh, so mad, man. And it's like when she's in the hospital, it just makes sense. Like everything just clicks. So like, I went college with this girl, sat next to her. But every time I sat next to her, she seemed so calm, nice girl, funny, make jokes, always smiling, bro. But then like she always used to wear like revealing clothes. I don't know if that was like a cry for help or like attention. Like people always say you always do things for a reason, whether you know it or not. So subconsciously, she could have just been wearing that because she needs some attention. She wants attention because she ain't getting that wherever she is at home or something, and it's affecting her. But she might not know that's why she's doing it. So then whatever, sat next to her, whatever. Left college, first year of uni, PY, like 3 months into uni, I see her snapping in a grey trackie in a boxed room. I'm thinking, what? Is she in pen? Is she in prison? But then she's acting crazy on the snap, saying, oh, they're saying I'm crazy, I'm in a mental home, blah, blah, blah. She's shouting, screaming. Like she was gone, like far gone, bro, for a good 2-3 months. I remember speaking to my boy about it because we both knew her and we was like, fam, it's mental. Mental. I thought she was fine. I thought she was happy. She was smiling, going out on the weekend. Next thing you know, boom, she's in a mental home. And I'm thinking, how did you get there? Like, I didn't see the stages of you falling. You just fell. And that really scared me. I think that was my first scenario I've experienced someone going mental.
It's a bit mad.
Sorry. Someone's mental health getting well. I'm even still learning as well in the
Yeah,
whole
absolutely.
mental
We're all
health.
learning.
I'm still learning about the right
of course.
terminology to use.
We
and,
all are, man. Everything.
do you know what I mean? So I
changes every
apologize
day,
if
man.
I
everything
say so.
changes.
But she's fine now. She's got a kid. She's got a man. She's living. She's fine. She's fine now.
Maybe she's finding a purpose. Some people have kids and they look at their kids and be like, that's my purpose. And from that point on, that's their focus. And whatever mental stress they go on, they kind of look at their kid as this is who is moving me forward. So that's her thing. Maybe you never know.
And I'm so happy for her because, like I said earlier, in Ghana, they would have told her to kick rocks and never come back.
Yeah. Ghana, they would have put you in that mental institution, and that mental institution would just leave you there.
You know what I mean?
Take care of you. Yeah.
They looked after her, man. They done well. She's done well now. I'm happy for her. It's good.
It's good that we're definitely getting into it. Like, my hope is that we're able to create, because I have daughters, so I hope that we're able to create like a home or a space for them to kind of be free and express themselves as they want.
Yeah.
So they don't have to deal with the things that we had to deal with.
Exactly.
Like our parents damn near didn't even say sorry for anything. They never say sorry for anything, bro. They never say sorry for anything. I say sorry to my 3-year-old daughter now if I do something wrong to her. Even when she was 1, when she didn't even understand the word sorry, I still say sorry. Our parents never said sorry for anything.
Let's not even get into African parenting because I feel like African parenting has a role to play in people's mental health.
No African parents, just parents in general have a lot to do with your mental health. And I don't know how, obviously African and Caribbean parents are a lot more difficult when it comes to accepting mental health as something that they need to pay attention to, because they weren't brought up like that. They were brought up, to be strong, especially
tough,
the men. Be a man. Like, don't show your emotions and stuff like that. But now I think men are doing that, and it's good. It's good. You have to show your emotion, bro. You know what I mean? You're an emotional being. You can't walk around tough all the time. And it's easy to say, but it's still hard. Like, it's very hard to walk around and not be tough because Supposed to be.
Like, I feel like we're humans. We're supposed to experience all feelings. It's just about how we deal with all of the feelings. I feel like, yeah, like you said, we're emotional beings. We're meant to be sad. We're meant to be happy. We're meant to feel depression. We're meant to feel anxiety. We're meant to feel all of these feelings. That's what the feelings are there for. But we just have to ride it and embrace the feeling that we're feeling at that time. Figure out why you're feeling that way so that the next time you can know how to deal with it. That's how I feel. And the fact that you said you want to be really open with your daughters is amazing, because I don't feel like I can talk to my mum about things or my mum and dad about certain things that I would like to. And growing up, I couldn't talk to them, parents, about things. Couldn't talk to them about girls. Couldn't talk to them about life.
You must be
do you know what I mean?
You
But I would
must
have
be
liked
mad.
to. I want the same for my children. I want them to be able to tell me everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Because I've seen from my friends, like I see them on whatever, like when they have close relationships with their parents, it's amazing. Like I see certain people, they'll talk to their mum about anything. I see certain people go to the club with their mum.
Oh no, that's pushing it. No. That's pushing it.
Bro, I was in the motive one time, bro. I was talking to a girl. I was like, what? Is that your friend? Is that your sister? She's like, that's my mum. I was like, oh my God.
So then, if somebody's moving to your mom, you're just sitting there just watching it. Oh, no. It's a hard pass for me on that one.
I was like, no. Mums and daughters going. But anyways, the point is, yeah, having that relationship with your daughter and like being able to be so open and transparent with them, I think is so important, man.
Yeah.
So good. Like I'm gonna do exactly the same.
Yeah, having a relationship with everyone, yeah, even your partner, like, it's hard to. Communication is like the key to everything, but it's hard to communicate all the time. You know, sometimes we feel like you should know, like you're my partner, you should know by now. You know, if you haven't said it, how do they know by now? You know what I mean? So communication is like, it's always a way to kind of get people open so people can talk more. Like for me now, when I have points where I'm mentally low, sometimes I tell my wife, and then she kind of gives me the space or supports me around it, even if she doesn't understand why it is. But I'm glad that we can kind of do that sometimes. Yeah. So boy, like we have to be kind to each other, seriously, because you never know what somebody's going through.
You actually don't know, bro.
We have to be kind to each other.
And some people don't understand that, you know. Some people are just ruthless, bro.
Yeah.
Ruthless to people.
Yeah, man. Like if I meet a person, and like I say, if I met a girl back in the day, and then this is how I am, like even before the mental health awareness. If I met a girl back in the day and I take her out, we go out, and her treatment of other people, like the waiters and the waitresses, is not good, I automatically just mark her off. Like, you can tell that she doesn't treat people good. Like the way she behaves to people outside is not good. I don't like people like that, because you don't know who was going through what. You know what I mean? So I like people who are kind to people.
Yeah, people who are considerate about other people's feelings as well.
Yeah.
People that just not people that just disregard other people's feelings and stuff like that. That's not on. That's And I feel like more of those people are leaving society today. The type that you just described.
Most of them are hurt themselves.
Yeah, and are going through stuff
Most
themselves,
of them are hurt themselves,
and they're just projecting their anger onto other people. Yeah. That's really bad. I hate people that aren't respectful to others, and and I hate people that aren't respectful for others based on their status. Like, you're not nice to a cleaner just because they're a cleaner.
Yeah.
What do you mean, bro?
Well, those people they're all hurt. They're all going through something. They just don't know it yet. Yeah, they're all going through something. Hurt people hurt people.
That's true.
They're going through
hurt
something.
people hurt people.
Yeah, man. Hurt people hurt people. Like all this gang violence and stuff like that. All these guys and girls that are in gangs hurting other people, they all hurt.
A lot of people in gangs are mentally unstable.
Are hurt because, like we mentioned this the other day, like when we were talking. I do not understand for the life of me why you will put yourself in a position to be arrested and taken to a place as a man, like a straight man anyway, where you're taken away from society, put in a cage with other men for years and years and years and years as a consequence of what you've done. And then you're still doing it.
And what you've done, you're doing it with men.
Exactly. You're doing it.
For
Sometimes you're doing
men.
it for the gratification or to
Oh,
please
yeah,
men, whether you
yeah.
like it or not. That is what you are doing. And a lot of these people will probably, a lot of them are the ones who will swear up and down that, you know, they're probably homophobic and they don't agree on certain things. But for me, like, if you are in a gang, you need to, at some point, kind of assess yourself and figure out, why am I doing this? Because it's not going to end well. It's going to end one or two ways. You're either going to go to jail or you're going to die. One or two ways. So if you are, and I'm sure they know it, and if you're still pushing, you need to find out within yourself why you're so hurt and you're doing all of these things. Because I would not want to spend more than a year in a prison with other males.
I wouldn't want
and
to
not
spend
have access to women
a day
at all. As a straight dude, that's my worst nightmare.
Yeah, that's
I can't do it. That alone put me off the gang life. Like, I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm sorry. Like, no.
I feel like a lot of people in gangs are going through mental health and
They
trauma
are.
and
A
depression.
lot of them
and
are.
They're just unstable
A lot of them are.
emotionally. Like, to be able to live that lifestyle constantly, that's a lot on the mental.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go out in public.
You can't be around certain
You
places.
can't be around certain places.
Watching your back.
24/7. Not just, like, you're watching your back for police, watching your back for
Ops. Like,
watching your back for even girls. You have to be careful who you speak to because they could set you up. You have to be careful what, like, even if you're doing, like, selling, that person might even try to rob you. So many things. You can't even go to a party. Can't even go anywhere without, like, and all of these things take a toll on you. And, like, if you're, and, like, to be, like, I find it crazy as well because it's like, these men can just turn on the anger emotions like that.
they're hurt. They're
Like,
hurt, bro.
How can you just be normal, living your day normally? You see someone, now you're angry and you want to kill them.
Yeah.
Like, I find that absurd.
Yeah.
Someone that you might not even come across, but because he's from there and he's saying he's from there, now you want to kill him.
Yeah.
I find that mental. I can't kill someone I don't have any feel like. How can you want to kill someone you haven't even had a conversation with them? He's just from there, you're just from there, and now you want to kill
Even
him.
if you've had a conversation with them, and even if you have, like, a disagreement about something, the fact that you want to take someone else's life over usually very trivial, small things, that alone, you need to go sit somewhere.
Yeah,
and
you need to
assess
go
your mental
and
health.
assess your mental health.
Because you're bugging. Like, seriously, you're bugging. Nothing on this planet except self-defense or defense of loved ones in front of imminent danger is worth killing anybody about. Nothing. I don't care what it is. Apart from self-defense and defending someone who's about to harm your
loved ones.
nothing is worth it. So if you can do that comfortably, knowing what the consequences of that is, because you will get caught.
Yeah.
Knowing what the consequences of that is, then you have some mental issues and some trauma in your life that you really need to go and sit with someone and talk it through.
And I feel like that's 90% of the people in gangs. You know, I don't even know if there are sane people in gangs, because how can you be sane living that life? It's immense, mental, bro. I could never. I would be the worst gangster ever.
I'd probably be running away from all the fights.
Broski, I'd be like,
Okay, yeah, all right. I'll go the other direction.
I'd be the worst. I'd get caught. I'd get beat. Listen.
Yeah, I ain't got time.
I ain't got time for all of that, man. I'm too pretty for that.
But yeah, I mean, it's a good conversation. It's a good conversation. People should have more of it. I mean, this is not really a generational thing per se, but your generation seems to embrace the mental health issue more than my generation. But we're getting there. I mean, we're also getting there because we in a sense, we were indoctrinated longer than you guys did. Like, our time was bad, man. You had to be, for speaking as a man, you had to be a man. You can't cry. Do you know what I mean? You have to fight. Everything is like, yeah, be a man about it. You know what I mean? Don't show no emotions. I didn't see my uncle show emotions. I didn't see my dad show emotions. I didn't see nobody show emotions. At least you guys get to see a little bit of it. So it was harder on us, but we're getting there.
Yeah, we are getting there. We are getting there, and I'm glad. I'm glad that my generation are taking initiative and taking it a bit more serious, because it is something that needs to be done. Like, that whole hard image of men and stuff like that.
It's played out.
It needs
Be
to
hard
go-
when you need to be
Yeah,
hard.
be
Be
hard
soft when you need to
you
be
know
soft.
what I mean?
It is what it is.
It is what it is,
Yeah,
man. That's
And it, like, you know, I don't. Sometimes I don't. A lot of times I don't agree with the narrative that people paint nowadays, especially on social media, in terms of the idea of who a man is, and even sometimes who a woman is, and putting people in like in a space where they have to be like, oh, if I'm not like this, then I'm not considered a man. So I have to be savage, kind of thing. It's like, bro, you don't have to be savage, man.
it's not needed.
It's not necessary.
It's like an act.
Yeah, you don't have to be savage. Like you can just be yourself and be comfortable in who you are. Be comfortable, 100% comfortable in who you are. Because, boy, there's nobody like you, fam.
Literally.
There's nobody like you.
Literally.
So yeah, encourage everybody to get into therapy.
Be nice.
Speak to people. Be nice to everyone. I mean,
And
if-
talk
you
to
know,
your friends,
and
your
identify
family.
your mental health issues when you do find it.
Literally.
Don't lie to yourself.
Yes.
Don't say, not me, man. Nah, you too.
It can get anyone.
Anyone.
It ain't racist.
Yeah, man.
Mental health ain't racist.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a deep one. So
This is a deep one.
yeah, I mean, we're all learning. If you found anything offensive, apologies. We're learning. We're all getting there. We don't mean to offend anybody. We hope that you learned something. Like, we're learning. We're opening up. So yeah, man. Just leave the comments. Fill up the comment section with all your ideas. Like, subscribe. This is a deep topic. You have to kind of sit down. It's good we're not having alcohol.
Yeah, but oh my god.
We can't be talking about mental health and having alcohol, so the water was a good idea. But yeah.
Yeah, man, like, comment, and subscribe, guys, man. Serious.
All right.
Episode.
On to the next episode.
What
What
was-
is the next episode all about?
We don't
I
know.
don't got a clue what the next episode is about.